Welcome and let's see together as we're diving into a decade of transformation and turmoil, the 1950s. From the Cold War's chill to the birth of rock and roll, join us as we explore the events that shaped our world. January 1st, the International Police Association, IPA, the largest police organization in the world, is formed. January 5th, Sverdlovsk plane crash, Aeroflot Lisanov Li-2 crashes in a snowstorm, killing all 19 people on board, including 11 players of the Soviet Air Force ice hockey team. January 6th, the UK recognizes the People's Republic of China, leading to the severing of diplomatic relations between the Republic of China and Britain. January 21st, Alger Hiss, a suspected spy, is convicted of perjury in the United States. January 26th, India promulgates its constitution, forming a republic, and Rajendra Prasad is sworn in as its first president. January 31st, U.S. President Harry S. Truman orders the development of the hydrogen bomb in response to the Soviet Union's first atomic bomb test. February 1st, Chiang Kai-shek is re-elected as the President of the Republic of China. February 8th, the Stasi, East Germany's secret police, is founded. May 9th, French Foreign Minister Robert Schuman presents his proposal for the creation of a pan-European organization, which leads to the formation of the European Union. June 6th, the Adhan in Arabic, Islamic call to prayer, is permitted by law in Turkey after an 18-year ban. June 25th, the Korean War begins as North Korean forces cross the 38th parallel into South Korea. July 20th, North Korean Air Force is largely destroyed by anti-communist forces. August 8th, Florence Chadwick swims across the English Channel in 13 hours and 22 minutes. August 12th, Pope Pius XII declares evolution to be a serious hypothesis in his encyclical Humani Generis. September 7th, the Knockshinnich disaster in Scotland kills 13 coal miners. December 31st, the inaugural 12 Hours of Sebring automobile endurance race is held in Florida. As 1950s chapters close, marked by the emergence of global tensions and cultural shifts, we turn the page to 1951, a year that continued to define the post-war world with pivotal political and social developments. January 4th, Chinese and North Korean forces capture Seoul, South Korea, for the second time in the Korean War. January 9th, the UK abandons the Tanganyika Groundnut Scheme, a project to cultivate peanuts in the Tanganyika territory. February 1-2, the 1951 Nepalese Revolution concludes with an agreement for a democratic constitution. February 6th, the Woodbridge train wreck in New Jersey, USA, kills 85 people, making it one of the worst rail disasters in American history. March 6th, the trial of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg for conspiracy to commit espionage begins in the U.S. March 29th, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg are convicted of espionage during the Second Red Scare in the U.S. April 11th, U.S. President Harry S. Truman relieves General Douglas MacArthur of his Far Eastern commands during the Korean War. April 18th, the Treaty of Paris establishes the European Coal and Steel Community, a key step towards European integration. May 1st, a major fire nearly destroys the Opera House in Geneva, Switzerland. May 8th, the U.S. conducts the first thermonuclear weapon test, Operation Greenhouse, on Eniwetok Atoll in the Marshall Islands. June 14th, UNIVAC I, the world's first commercial computer, is dedicated by the U.S. Census Bureau. July 5th, Bell Labs announces the invention of the Grown Junction transistor by William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain. July 10th, armistice negotiations begin at Kaesong during the Korean War. August 31st, the first Volkswagen Type 1, or Volkswagen Beetle, is produced in Uitenhage, South Africa. September 8th, the Treaty of San Francisco formally ends the Pacific War and establishes peace between Japan and the Allied powers. October 3-8, the First Battle of Maryangsan occurs during the Korean War. October 26th, Winston Churchill is re-elected Prime Minister of the UK. November 1st, Desert Rock exercises in Nevada train troops for nuclear warfare. November 10th, Juan Perón is re-elected President of Argentina. December 14th, Raj Kapoor's iconic movie, Awara, releases in India, making a significant impact on Indian cinema. Leaving behind the upheavals of 1951, we step into 1952, a year that witnessed the rise of new leaders and the continuation of global struggles for power and peace. January 26th, Black Saturday occurs in Egypt, with rioters burning Cairo's central business district. February 6th, Princess Elizabeth becomes the monarch of the United Kingdom, taking the regnal name Elizabeth II. February 14-25, the Winter Olympics are held in Oslo, Norway. February 18th, Greece and Turkey join the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. March 10th, General Fulgencio Batista retakes power in Cuba in a coup. March 21st, Kwame Nkrumah is elected Prime Minister of the Gold Coast, now Ghana. April 4th, Israel demands reparations worth $3 billion from Germany at the Hague Tribunal. April 7th, the I Love Lucy episode, The Marriage License, becomes the first TV show in history to be seen in around 10 million homes when it airs. June 15th, Anne Frank's The Diary of a Young Girl is published in English-language translation. June 28th, the first Miss Universe pageant is held with Armi Kuzella from Finland winning the title. July 19th to August 3rd, the 1952 Summer Olympics are held in Helsinki, Finland. July 23rd, General Mohammed Naguib leads the Free Officers in the overthrow of King Farouk of Egypt. July 26th, Maria Eva Duarte de Peron, known as Evita, Argentina's First Lady, dies of cancer. November 1st, the United States successfully detonates the first hydrogen bomb, codenamed Mike, in the Marshall Islands. November 4th, Republican General Dwight D. Eisenhower defeats Democratic Governor of Illinois Adlai Stevenson in the 1952 United States presidential election. December 10th, Albert Schweitzer is awarded the 1952 Nobel Peace Prize. December 14th, the first successful surgical separation of Siamese twins is conducted in Mount Sinai Hospital, Cleveland, Ohio. As 1952 fades into history, 1953 emerges with its own set of groundbreaking events and milestones, further shaping the rapidly evolving mid-century world. January 6th, the Asian Socialist Conference opens in Rangoon, Burma. January 14th, Marshal Josip Broz Tito assumes the newly created role of President of Yugoslavia. January 19th, the television show, I Love Lucy, airs an episode in which Lucy gives birth to little Ricky, garnering a record-breaking 71.1% viewership in the United States. January 20th, Dwight D. Eisenhower is inaugurated as the 34th President of the United States. February 5th, Walt Disney's feature film, Peter Pan, premieres. February 28th, James Watson and Francis Crick of the University of Cambridge make a breakthrough in understanding the structure of the DNA molecule. March 1st, Soviet leader Joseph Stalin suffers a stroke, leading to his eventual death on March 5th. March 26th, Jonas Salk is in the end process of developing a polio vaccine, later injected children at the Polk State School for the Retarded and Feeble-Minded, then he vaccinated later his own children in 1953. April 16th, President Eisenhower delivers his Chance for Peace speech, advocating for peaceful coexistence. May 29th, Sir Edmund Hillary from New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay from Nepal become the first men to reach the summit of Mount Everest. On June 2, 1953, a young Queen Elizabeth II was crowned in Westminster Abbey, ushering in a new era for the British monarchy. The coronation, watched by millions around the world, symbolized not just a change in monarchy but also the enduring strength of the Commonwealth in the post-war world. July 27th, the Korean War ends with the signing of the Korean Armistice Agreement. August 15 to 19, the Iranian coup d'état takes place, overthrowing the democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh. October 5th, Earl Warren is appointed Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. December 17th, the FCC approves color television broadcasting using the NTSC standard. Transitioning from 1953, a year of significant political and scientific advances, we enter 1954, a period marked by technological innovation and escalating geopolitical tensions. On January 1st, the Soviet Union decides not to ask for war reparations from West Germany anymore. Just 2 days later, on January 3rd, Italy's RAI starts its official broadcast. By January 7th, Georgetown University teams up with IBM to show the world their new machine translation system, a peek into the future of technology. Come January 14th, love is in the air as Monroe and Joe DiMaggio say their vows at San Francisco City Hall. The world watches in awe on January 21st when the USS Nautilus, the very first submarine powered by nuclear energy, takes its maiden voyage. February 10th sees President Eisenhower deciding to support Vietnam militarily, but he's wary about his own country stepping in. Kids in Pittsburgh roll up their sleeves on February 23rd, marking the start of the first big polio vaccination drive. Nature and technology collide on March 1st when a hydrogen bomb test takes place at the distant Bikini Atoll. Movie lovers rejoice on April 26th when Akira Kurosawa introduces his masterpiece, The Seven Samurai, in Japan. May 4th brings political change as General Alfredo Stroessner takes power in Paraguay. Aviation takes a leap forward on May 14th when the Boeing 707, a brand new commercial jet, is unveiled in Renton, Washington. By June 27th, a big breakthrough occurs near Moscow, with the inauguration of the world's first atomic power station. July 19th marks the musical debut of Elvis Presley with his cover of That's All Right. On September 14th, the world's attention shifts to the Tatskoy nuclear exercise by the Soviet Union. October 11th, the Viet Minh takes control of North Vietnam. The Taiwan-United States Mutual Defense Treaty is signed on October 26th. Legal minds focus on November 22 when the U.S. Supreme Court supports the federal urban renewal programs and the federal slum clearance. Just a week later, on November 30, a piece of the Hodges meteorite surprises a homeowner by crashing through their roof, marking the first time someone's been hit by a space rock. The year closes with a medical marvel on December 23 in Boston, the first successful kidney transplantation, thanks to J. Hartwell Harrison and Joseph Murray. 1954's legacy of progress and conflict sets the stage for 1955, a year where cultural revolutions begin to take root amidst the ongoing global power play. January 17, the USS Nautilus, the first nuclear submarine, starts its maiden voyage from Groton, Connecticut. January 18 to 20, the People's Liberation Army captures the Yijiangshan Islands from Taiwan. January 28, the U.S. Congress empowers President Eisenhower to protect Taiwan from China. February 10, the U.S. 7th Fleet helps evacuate the Nationalist Army and residents from the Takan Islands to Taiwan. February 16, a fire at a home for the elderly in Yokohama, Japan, claims the lives of nearly 100 people. March 2, Claudette Colvin, a 15-year-old, refuses to give up her bus seat in Montgomery, Alabama, preceding Rosa Parks Act and leading to the Browder v. Gale ruling against bus segregation. Blackboard Jungle, based on Evan Hunter's novel, debuts in the U.S., featuring Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley and his Comets. April 5, Winston Churchill resigns as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom due to ill health. April 6, Anthony Eden becomes Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. April 15, Ray Kroc opens the first franchised McDonald's restaurant in Des Plaines, Illinois. June 16, Disney's Lady and the Tramp premieres in Chicago. July 17, Disneyland theme park opens in Anaheim, California. August 27, the Guinness Book of Records first edition is released in London. September 10, the long-running Western television series, Gunsmoke, debuts on the CBS network in the United States. September 30, actor James Dean dies in a car accident near Colame, California. October 2, Alfred Hitchcock Presents starts on CBS TV in the U.S. October 26, Austria gains its independence and declares permanent neutrality. November 1, the Vietnam War officially starts between the Democratic Republic of Vietnam and the Republic of Vietnam. As 1955's cultural milestones pave the way, 1956 arrives with its own dramatic events, altering the course of nations and redefining international relations. January 1, the Anglo-Egyptian condominium ends in Sudan. February 11, British spies Guy Burgess and Donald Maclean resurface in the Soviet Union after being missing for 5 years. February 14 to 25, the 20th Congress of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union is held in Moscow. March 2, Morocco declares its independence from France. March 12, 96 U.S. congressmen sign the Southern Manifesto, a protest against the desegregation of public education. April 19, British diver Lionel Buster Crabbe disappears after diving into Portsmouth Harbor to investigate a Soviet cruiser. May 23, due to his government's policy on Algeria, French Minister Pierre Mendès France resigns. June 21, playwright Arthur Miller appears before the House Un-American Activities Committee. June 29, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signs the Federal Aid Highway Act, leading to the creation of the interstate highway system, which significantly impacts transportation in the United States. The same day, actress Marilyn Monroe marries playwright Arthur Miller. July 24, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis perform their last comedy show together. July 26, Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser nationalizes the Suez Canal. August 9, at Whitechapel Art Gallery, art exhibition, This Is Tomorrow, opens in London. September 16, television broadcasting in Australia commences. October 8, baseball pitcher Don Larson throws the only perfect game in World Series history. October 23, the Hungarian Revolution breaks out. October 26, Soviet Red Army troops invade Hungary. November 13, Browder v. Gale, the U.S. Supreme Court declares segregated buses illegal, ending the Montgomery bus boycott. December 18, To Tell the Truth debuts on CBS TV in the United States. From the tumultuous moments of 1956, we journey into 1957, a year that opened new frontiers in space and witnessed pivotal political shifts on Earth. January 1, the Saarland unifies with West Germany. January 5, South African, Russell Endine, marks cricket history by handling the ball in Test cricket. January 10, Harold Macmillan becomes UK's Prime Minister. January 11, Dakar witnesses the inception of the African Convention, led by Leopold Sedar Senghor. January 15, Japan releases Kurosawa's reimagined Throne of Blood, based on Macbeth. January 20, U.S. President Eisenhower starts his second term. January 26, Sao Paulo inaugurates the Ibirapuera Planetarium, a first for the Southern Hemisphere. February 2, in Pakistan, President Iskander Mirza initiates the Gudu Barrage project on the Indus River. February 10, Khartoum hosts the foundational meeting of the Confederation of African Football. March 1, Burma witnesses U Nu's ascent as Prime Minister. March 3, the Netherlands, Net Als Toon, wins the 1957 Eurovision Song Contest in Frankfurt. April, IBM unveils the pioneering Fortran compiler. April 5, the Communist Party triumphs in Kerala's elections. May 8, Britain tests its first hydrogen bomb, Grapple Y. June 21, John Diefenbaker is appointed as Canada's 13th Prime Minister. July 6, a historic meeting sees Paul McCartney joining John Lennon and the Quarrymen. August 4, Fangio secures his 5th championship at the Formula One German Grand Prix. September 9, the U.S. enacts the Civil Rights Act of 1957, establishing a dedicated commission. October 4, 1957, marked a turning point in the Cold War and the beginning of the space age. The Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite, into orbit. This historic achievement not only showcased the Soviet Union's technological prowess but also ignited the space race, a crucial front in the Cold War. November 3, Sputnik 2 orbits Earth, carrying the pioneering K9, Laika. December 10, Lester B. Pearson receives the Nobel Peace Prize for his United Nations contributions. Leaving behind the trailblazing events of 1957, 1958 ushers in an era of economic integration and continued exploration beyond our planet. January 1, European Economic Community, EEC, comes into being. January 31, the U.S. successfully launches Explorer 1 satellite. February 6, Munich air disaster takes 7 Manchester United players' lives. March 2, Sir Vivian Fuchs leads the first powered Antarctic overland crossing by a British team. April 3, Castro's forces initiate assaults on Havana, Cuba. April 13, Sputnik 2 satellite breaks apart during its descent from orbit. May 1, Arturo Frondizi assumes the Argentinian presidency. Also on May 1, James Van Allen discloses the finding of Earth's magnetosphere. June 16, treason leads to the execution of Imre Nagy and other 1956 Hungarian Revolution leaders after clandestine trials. June 29, Brazil clinches the Football World Cup title in Sweden. July 14, the 14th of July revolution unfolds in Iraq, leading to King Faisal's murder and Abd al-Karim Qasim's ascendancy. July 29, NASA's establishment is ratified by the U.S. Congress. September 12, the integrated circuit is innovated by Jack Kilby. October 28, Pope John XXIII is inaugurated, succeeding Pope Pius XII. November 3, Jorge Alessandri begins his term as Chile's president. November 25, French Sudan attains self-governing status within the French colonial realm. By November 28, Chad, Republic of the Congo, and Gabon achieve the same. December 21, a referendum sees General Charles de Gaulle becoming France's president. December 29, Santa Clara, Cuba witnesses the entrance of rebel forces led by Camilo Cienfuegos and Che Guevara. By December 31, Cuba's president, Fulgencio Batista, escapes the nation. As 1958's echoes of innovation fade, 1959 dawns with significant movements in global politics and culture, setting the stage for the close of a transformative decade. January 1, Fulgencio Batista leaves Havana. Fidel Castro's forces take over, altering the Cuban Revolution. January 9, Vega de Terra Dam in Spain collapses, killing 144 due to flooding. January 22, Knox mine disaster in Pennsylvania kills 12 miners after a water breach. February 2, 9 ski hikers die mysteriously in the Ural Mountains Dyatlov Pass incident. February 3, plane crash in Iowa kills musicians Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. Influences, American Pie, song. February 19, UK agrees to Cyprus's independence through the London and Zurich agreements. March 9, Mattel launches Barbie doll in the US, creating a toy sensation. March 10, Tibetan uprising starts when Chinese officials try to detain the Dalai Lama. April 6, 31st Academy Awards honors Gigi, with 9 Oscars. April 25, St. Lawrence Seaway, connecting the Great Lakes to the Atlantic, opens. May 23, Laotian civil war starts between Kingdom of Laos and Pathet Lao rebels. June 3, Singapore gains self-governance with Lee Kuan Yew as Prime Minister. June 5, USS Barbaro and USPS test missile mail delivery. June 26, the Nun story film featuring Audrey Hepburn releases. July 21, First Australopithecus skull found in Tanzania's Olduvai Gorge. August 21st, Hawaii becomes the 50th and last state of the U.S. August 26th, original minicar launches in England, reshaping the car industry. September 10th, Luna 2 spacecraft crashes on the moon. September 26th, Super Typhoon Vera hits Honshu, Japan, causing massive destruction. October 7th, Luna 3 sends back images of the moon's hidden side. November 1st, Antarctic Treaty is signed, designating Antarctica for science and demilitarization. December 1st, Malpasset Dam collapse in France floods Fréjus, killing 412. This was a short exploration of 1950s. Comment to suggest new timeline. Like and follow for more.